if in case you're operating from fear, it's an alarm that we need to work on ourselves. It is very easy to say dhyan rakho, right? But it is not easier to dhyan rakhna. He couldn't really stand near the dog for 150 200 meters.
Oh my God.
Now we have a dog and he opens his mouth and take out his ball from here.
From his mouth.
I think that's an example of conquering.
Definitely.
That's the way we learn our native language.
Correct.
Kannada, Telugu, Punjabi, Tamil, Marathi. How do we learn languages? Hearing,
Right.
seeing,
Right.
and repeating.
Right.
So we see mama saying ma, ma by doing this
Right.
gesture.
Yeah.
We hear some sound.
Sound.
And we repeat the gesture.
Ladies and gentlemen, my guest for today is a trailblazing entrepreneur and the first Indian woman certified as a new code NLP trainer. With over 18 years of experience, including more than a decade in training and coaching, she has dedicated 30,000 plus hours to her craft, specializing in neuro-linguistic programming (NLP). Her expertise lies in advising, achieving holistic transformation across physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual dimensions. Her versatile career has spanned 6 plus sectors impacting over 30,000 individuals. She has met people from 55 countries. She has worked with a diverse clientele from defense professional to CEOs and from aspiring coaches to healers. Ladies and gentlemen, meet with me, the very beautiful, the exceptionally talented, none other than Ridhima Dua.
Oh, thank you so much.
Hello. Hi, how are you, ma'am?
Hi, I'm so good, and really thank you, Simran. Yeah, it's so beautiful to hear you know talking about and sharing my experience. I'm like, oh yeah, really, this happened. So it was very nice, and
Right.
the love which you have shared with
Right.
was so touching. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma'am, and thank you for coming on our show. Ma'am, please tell us about your career. Did you really wanted to get into coaching? How was it for you? I mean, start to end. You know,
Alright.
just a brief,
Yeah.
just a short brief about your career.
Sure. So I would start with the very basic.
Right.
You know, everyone would, I think, connect to this. Everyone, I think, we start with roti kapda aur makan.
Bilkul.
You know,
Bilkul.
we start with let's do 10th, let's do
Right.
12th, let's do the graduation,
Graduation.
let's find out where do we do MBA that
Correct.
time, right?
Bilkul.
And get the job,
Bilkul.
get a good fat package,
Yes, absolutely.
and get a home, get a car. Yeah.
Bilkul.
Now let's get married.
Right.
Yeah. And we want, I mean, I personally wanted a 6 feet guy. So I got one.
Great.
So we start life as very conditioned program.
Bilkul.
Right. And we go through all that. And life turns around. And when life turns around, you never know what's the other side of it.
Bilkul.
You know, it's like mountaineering.
Absolutely.
So you're mountaineering and suddenly a storm comes. Now you don't know how would you go ahead and
Right.
reach the peak. So I was also in the similar condition programming. My mom was a cancer patient. I had a great struggling good life.
Okay.
And I ended up to be in the bank, Standard Chartered Bank.
Okay.
I served them and I'm very proud of it. And then it turned out later I was in another company in consulting.
Okay.
And one fine day, it wasn't really matching up. And I had to quit. And I was sitting in a room. I would not say I was happy. I was lost. Thinking, now what? What do I do? My dad has been a quite big motivator in my life. And he's like, हो जाएगा. So आप लोग भी जो सुन रहे हो, ये word याद रख लो. अगर आपके खुद के strengths और skills आपको पता है, अगर आपके खुद के strengths और skills आपको पता है, तो हो जाएगा.
Superb. So, Ridhima, please tell me that what inspired you to pursue a career into coaching, and could you share a personal experience that inspired you to pursue again career in NLP and transformation coaching?
Sure, sure. So, as I just told
Yeah.
you, that it was all about writing down your strengths, your skill set, finding out who you
Right.
are. There is one of the very personal experience. I would like to address this to people also, and this is very important for all. Well, the personal experience which I would like to share here is dar, yeah, fears. मैं ये नहीं बोलूँगी कि किसी को डर नहीं लगना चाहिए. आई वुड से कि डर सबको लगता है. And I think all the famous successful people I have been very closely seeing, I do see that there is, something. I think we don't even know डर है क्या,
है क्या? Correct.
और डर किधर है और डर कैसा है. Simran, when I did my NLP, like
Okay.
myself as a student,
Okay.
I uncovered that dude, बचपन में जितनी बार भी इतने सारे challenges and all I have gone through,
Okay.
all those they actually became quite deep rooted, and I could uncover my fears by noticing I am not taking X step or Y step because I fear. Like, I'll give you 3 examples.
Okay.
I used to give my son a lot of medications,
Okay.
and I couldn't understand why shouldn't I give medication.
Okay.
छींक आया है medication दे दो, बुखार चढ़ने वाला है medication दे दो.
Okay.
But I didn't know that I'm operating from a place which is fear.
Right.
But where is it coming from? I have seen my mom 13 years in that, and that was a fear.
Correct.
Or that girl, that Anu,
Absolutely.
was in a fear of, कल क्या होगा मम्मी को पता नहीं. So घर कर जाता है कहीं पे. So people don't even know that they have fears. They are doing something, but are they operating from fears or are they operating from a positive mindset?
Right.
Let's take an example. Today, one of my colleague called up and said, "Oh, you're going to Bombay. It's so raining. You don't know the process. Pune to Mumbai is not easy. Come on, how can you take a risk right now?"
Okay.
So it's operating from where? He's
Right.
operating from fear.
Right.
I'm not operating from fear now in my life. So I have many personal experiences, but one thing is that if in case you're operating from fear, it's an alarm that we need to work on ourselves.
And become fearless.
Yeah. I would like to reiterate a little more. Yes, you're right. And I think conquering the fear.
Conquer.
It's like walking on it. It's like, I always say, I have a dog at my home,
Okay.
retriever, and my son has conquered the fear. How? He was bitten by a dog when I think he was 5 years back.
Okay.
I guess 5 or 7 years back. And today, Retriever Racer is 2.5 years old.
Okay.
He was bitten very badly. After he was bitten, Rachit was bitten, he couldn't really stand near the dog for 150-200 meters.
Oh my God.
Now we have a dog and he opens his mouth and take out his ball from here.
From his mouth.
I think that's an example of conquering
Definitely.
the fear.
Right. Now, ma'am, Ridhima, you have such a demanding career. How do you balance and practice self-care in your own life?
All right, that's a very good question. Yes, it does become challenging. But I have NLP. So I do simple techniques.
Okay.
For example, it's like, it is very easy to say, ध्यान रखो, right? But it is not easier to ध्यान रखना.
ध्यान रखो and रखना.
Yeah, so it's like, क्या करना चाहिए? पापा बोलेंगे बेटा ध्यान रखा करो.
हाँ.
लेकिन ये कोई नहीं समझाता कैसे रखें.
Correct.
How, the how of it, right? But the point is that I discovered with NLP that I can do simple processes with myself to remember that self care is important. And this is to each and every woman out there, especially after 40. There's so many things which happens, right? And taking care of yourself is so crucial. But we keep hearing, but we keep forgetting it. Now, how do we remember? How do I remember? So, for example, if you take green tea in the morning,
Right.
yeah. So, when you take it, do you remember how you feel? Very rare.
Yeah, very rare. Quite
Yeah.
rare, yeah.
Yeah. When you take fruits,
Ah.
say for example, my breakfast is mostly fruits. So when you take fruits, do you really remember that how do you feel after the fruits and in within that hour of fruit? Memorizing the feeling. When you memorize the feeling, it just starts influencing and starts sending a message to your neurons, to your, pathways in the brain that, oh wow, I loved it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then you start memorizing it more. Oh, I want that. I want that. So shifting from the need of self-care
Correct.
to the love of self-care is what has happened. So simple things which has helped me is going out and picking up things myself and touching it would create a feeling, and it would help me to remember that okay, I can take care of myself.
Now, Radhima, coming back to NLP,
Yeah.
NLP has gained significant popularity and significant developments over the years. What do you think are the most common misconceptions about NLP, and how do you address them in your work?
All right, so now we are shifting the focus to subject.
Yes.
Okay, all right. A quick recap of the origins. So the very first thing people really, now I'm saying need to remember is the development of NLP happened in 1970s.
Okay.
And from the year like 1972 to 1979, it was developed, really developed. It's like sitting in the places and testing things and coding the patterns. There are three people behind it: Frank Puselic, Dr. John Grinder, and Richard Bandler.
Okay.
A lot of people don't know their names as well, so I would like people to remember that these are the people who created.
Correct.
A quick on the development. It's very funny if you all will hear this. It's like monkey see, monkey do. ऐसे start हुआ था.
Monkey see, monkey do.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like cut, copy, paste.
Okay.
So, for example, we are born to model people. We have been doing that. That's the way we learn our native language.
Correct.
Kannada, Telugu, Punjabi, Tamil, Marathi. How do we learn languages? Hearing,
Right.
seeing,
Right.
and repeating.
Right.
So we see mama saying ma by doing this
Right.
gesture.
Yeah.
We hear some sound
Sound.
and we repeat the gesture.
Right.
And we are so beautiful as kids. We keep repeating the gesture until we get exactly what mama is looking for.
Big. Right. That's right. Yeah.
So we model mama. So I will try say ma. आप मम्मा हो तो आप बोलोगे नहीं नहीं बेटा बोलो मम्मा. So I'll try ma. नहीं बेटा बोलो मम्मा. मम्मा बोल दिया.
Yeah.
Now my brain learns that I've actually learned saying mama.
Right.
So this is a process itself. This process is called unconscious assimilation.
Okay. Ridhima, you've worked across various sectors and with clients from diverse backgrounds. How do you tailor your approach to suit the unique needs of different industries and individuals?
Okay, all right. I will try to keep it short.
Yes.
All right, that was a great guess.
No, I mean, anyway, if you want to do it.
For the corporates, I guess you asked about the corporates. How do
Yes.
I change, and also for the individuals, right? Okay. So for corporates, we do different kind of tailor-made sessions.
Okay.
What I try my best to do is this. If you would come and tell me that, hey, you know what, I have a communication training program or decision making or emotional intelligence program and I want you to conduct that. So my secret. So I would like to rather go with the approach that why, what's the intention? What do we want to meet there? I would not just send you a profile and an outline. This is a program, we should do this. I would like to sit with you and discuss the intentions behind this program. Why this need has come. That's my first step for corporates. Then it goes to, with multiple corporates which I have worked, what I have done is that after the meeting with the HR, I do a meeting with the stakeholder of that team. After the meeting of the stakeholder, which is the director, then I would like to go and actually meet some of the team members. And then after that also, I would like to have some team members, cross-functional team members discussion, so that I really come to a point that this is what to be addressed in the 8 hours.
Now we are going to talk about the industrialists.
Okay.
Your corporate clients. What challenges do they face, and in the IT and in the ITES sectors when it comes to leadership and executive coaching?
Time.
Okay.
We need time, right?
Absolutely.
As coaches, my job is to really sit, find out the intent, and also is a person really coachable at this moment? Is this a time to coach, or shall we wait? So how much time do we have? Because we need to really understand this in a real thing, Simran, that supposing it's a manufacturing plant, it is running every single day 24/7. Taking out a person and a very high leader and coaching them, it might impact their work. So do we have a backup plan? Have we thought about it? So these are the basic real issues which comes out from the corporate perspective. But yes, it has been addressed quite very well, depending on the leadership of the companies, that how much they are able to identify that yes, coaching is important. Second is, we are directly trying to relate coaching and training to the ROIs, the rate of the return of investments. So return on investments. So for example, we are planning, let's do the training, and after this training, this sales team will definitely get this results. It doesn't work that way. Right? It is so many environmental factors involved, individual, social, emotional, so many. So it's not a direct thing, but yes, a very long-term plan, a long-term vision can really help.
All right. So consistency is the key. That is the first thing. And somewhere don't rush.
Yep. Give time.
Give time. Take your time and do it, and it's going to be.
And keep the intent that why do we need to coach these 3 team members in the organization? Because we have a vision. And then hiring that person who would not start working as an advisor, if in case it is about coaching. We can have an advisor, it's not that way. But if it is about, we want them to evolve, it's a different concept. So intent matters a lot.
Ridhima, any innovative methods you use to integrate neurological, physiological, and psychological factors in your coaching sessions? Now that can be a very, very nice
innovative methods for integrating these things.
Yes.
That's what I do. Okay. So, have you heard about circuit training in gyms?
Circuit training?
Yeah. So it's
Could you
like,
just tell me that what exactly is this?
Yeah, sure, of course. It's like, there's a batch going on and the person says, I'll just start telling you. There's a batch going on and the person says, okay, all right, start running, then start, fast running, then start kickbacks, right? Then come and do jumping jacks, and then start doing push-ups, and now pick up a bar and start doing this, and now start doing squats, and now do a cat and cow, blah, blah, blah. So he's changing one after other.
So is there any cuts? No.
It's a 1 hour
There is?
run.
Okay,
It's a 45
okay.
minutes run.
Continuously?
Continuous.
Uh-huh,
And it
okay.
has
Circuit training,
60
understood.
seconds gap in
Okay.
between, depending on the trainer.
Okay.
In the industry, it is known as circuit training.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was trying to say is your question was about innovative methods.
Innovative.
Yeah. So circuit training involves, now if I'm even telling you, it was like what, you know, one after other, right?
Okay.
Running, and then kickbacks, and then jumping jacks, and then push-ups,
Right.
and then shoulder taps,
Uh-huh.
and then cat and cow, and now get the dumbbell and you start picking up.
Right.
Right? Now, this sounds itself, if you're hearing it, this sounds a little too much. Ta-ta, ta-ta,
Yes,
ta-ta,
yes,
ta-ta,
yes,
right?
it does, it does.
Right? The point is, such kind of circuit trainings are involving our left and the right brain hemispheres.
Okay.
And if I can give you an example of if you have done sometimes dancing,
Yes.
right? So in dancing, we get into a flow
Yes.
and we forget everything,
Yes, we do.
right?
Yes.
We're just dancing, and
Yeah.
sometimes the steps come so nicely and we don't even come to know.
Realize.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
We're not aware of it too much. That's the point where the left and the right brain hemisphere is kind of a colliding.
Okay.
It's like you have interrupt silence. So you have no words, internal dialogues internally. That method itself is a very beautiful scientific method which is utilized by Dr. John Grinder to code innovative games, certain games in new code. That is innovation in itself.
Okay.
So what I do in the training to create change, for example, we utilize such things which would enhance your brain to get to a point where you don't know what is happening, but wow, I'm in a high performance or an optimal state.
Right.
I just don't know what's happening. I'm able to play the sound like this.
Right.
Nothing is interrupting me,
Right.
you know. So these are the such things
Correct.
which we do for the innovative methods. So we keep playing. We have a curriculum by ITCA.
Okay.
In that you have different games like Alphabet, NASA, and many other. But what I also prefer is teaching people to how can we create our own games to shift our own neurological pathways, physiology, the biochemical reactions. How do we, feel like and get into a know-nothing states.
Okay.
So a lot of people, you now connect yoga and connect meditation and connect dancing, connect your gymming at a point where if in case you want a very high optimal state during the day, in the morning when you give that half an hour, you give that half an hour with an intention to enhance the condition, to enhance the performance. How? For example, if you are already into strength, if you're picking up 5 kgs, you go and try out 7.5. What would happen is that you would not know, but you would be able to pick up because you have been practicing 5, and that time is a time where your left and the right just collide. It comes into a know-nothing state. It's like no dialogue. And if any one of us can practice every day any of the thing which can get us into a know-nothing state kind of a place where there is no dialogue, मतलब सारा time लोगों के
Bhagwat.
चलता रहता है ना, internal voices, yeah, it's the internal dialogue.
Correct.
अगर उसको reduce करना है, that's one of the innovative methods
Superb.
which we can use.
Also, Radhima, I want to know, and definitely there are a lot of people who want to know that, someone who are facing criticism, right? And because of criticism, there's a stress happening there, okay? And there is lack of confidence as well post that. So how can they manage stress, criticism, confidence? Any techniques to manage all these 3 things?
I would say that when I started that time, I didn't know that how to do.
Right.
So I started with scratch. But My father was there, my mother internally was there.
Correct.
Karo, हो जाएगा.
हो जाएगा.
And then my family started seeing कि कुछ तो कर रही है ये, कुछ तो result आ रहा है.
Yes.
So she's also changing and people are changing.
Right.
And then they started, realizing and supporting more.
Correct.
So, and सबसे बड़ा is Meher of Guruji, and everyone in the family now, they really support my child who is very small, 14 years and above. So, everyone.
But I honestly cannot believe that you have a 15-year-old child.
14 completed, going to be
Completed
15.
Acha, okay. Really? I mean, my very first question to you was when I think you entered, I mean, when we were talking, are you married or you're single? And you were like, come on, Simran, I have 14-year-old child.
That was like, oh, really? You should
But
know
that
me
was
now.
again a compliment.
Yes,
think
I
so.
take
But
it
trust me, I
with
was surprised. I mean,
Wow.
I didn't act it as if I am single,
Yeah,
but I
yeah.
was because
Yeah.
looking at you, obviously, I didn't even thought that you're married, but and you cracked me this news that you already have a child. So, yeah,
And a teenager now.
who's a teenager now? Correct.
Yeah, yeah. Can I give that technique in a way so that they can use it? People
Yeah.
can
So
use
I'll
it?
just simply say that any last message, anything you want to say,
Yeah, sure.
anything you want to deliver to them, and then you can. All right, Riddhima. So it was lovely talking to you,
Pleasure.
and thank you for this amazing episode. So, any last thing, anything you want to deliver to the viewers, anything you want to tell them, any piece of advice, anything, please go ahead.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
It was
Pleasure.
amazing. It was amazing. Thank you. So I would do two things.
Yes.
One, we started with a technique. So as I go, I wanted to demonstrate the technique.
Right.
So that happened.
Absolutely.
And I
Happened,
wanted to just give the steps of those techniques so
Yeah.
that they can also do it. And you can replay
Please.
to the technique where I was demonstrating and can pause in between to do it. What I did is very simple. Think about something which is unresourceful, something which is holding you in a way, something not good. I would not say negative because there is nothing positive and negative. It's you perceiving it. Now, when you think about it, you see it. If it is a criticism, you see it and hear it. Now, what do? Just move it away, start moving it away from your body and breathe. Shift your focus to something else now, like this. So you're shifting your focus to something else. Breathe again. If you want, you take up a perfume and smell so that you are highly disassociated, means not attached to it. Now, think about your own self as your own coach or a mentor or the person who you get influenced like Simran just saw it. Or hear the mentor sounds. If you are highly in auditory, hear the mentor saying to you, hey Riddhima, like that. So you hear and see in front now. Breathe again, take a couple of deep breaths, keep seeing and hearing, stay there, don't leave it there, stay in it. See, hear, and then now think about as a coach, take up the full body like Simran took it so gracefully. What was there to learn? Now you have messages. With that messages, again, take up the body of the coach. Now, take that message with you, the positive message that I can let go, and start seeing the beautiful colors. If you like butterflies, if you like any kind of a bird, actually see and feel the freedom with which they are flying. And message me on the comment or wherever if this works for you. And if it doesn't, I do have more techniques, of course.
You can just give your Insta handle. They might reach you out on Instagram.
Sure, you can reach me out on Instagram. That's riddhima.dua.nlp. You can also reach out to me on LinkedIn, as well as my email ID would be mentioned there as riddhima@i-flame.in. The last thing I would like all of you to remember is we all are in this beautiful, mela called life, which has many colors, many different sounds, many different creatures. Our job is to do our best every day. And you remember that if you haven't done yesterday, you can still start, you can still try today. Just get up and start doing it again. Thank you.